Alright guys, just saying here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing who I think we could see featured on the up-and-coming Golden Week banners. Because of course, Golden Week is right around the corner. We should expect the banners around the 27th of April. So at the time of recording this, it's about 4 days away. So actually, we should be getting the Dokkan event teasers within the next day or two. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. But yeah, I do want to speculate on what the banners are going to look like, because I think we do have a really good shot at seeing Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan returning. So with them being on the banners, these Golden Week banners have some potential to be insane. And also, this video is under the presumption that it is going to be World Tournament, more specifically Goku versus Piccolo. Because I feel like if it is going to be World Tournament themed, Goku versus Piccolo, it's just the most popular World Tournament fight, or one of. So I think definitely Goku versus Piccolo is a good assumption, because I mean, we could get something like Goku versus Tien, or Goku versus Jackie Chun, but I don't know, Goku versus Piccolo just makes a little bit more sense. So again, this video is pretty much under the presumption that Golden Week is going to be World Tournament themed, and that Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo are going to return. But I think it's almost like guaranteed Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo are going to return, because Dokkan typically likes to stay consistent with their banners, and it only makes sense because of that we would see Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo return. So yeah, before we get into the banners though, I do want to specify, I did build these banners based off of last year's Golden Week banners, because like I said, Dokkan typically likes to stay pretty consistent. But alright, yeah, I mean, let's just get right into it. So this would be the Goku's banner. I chose a Chi-Chi banner unit, because we don't really get that much Chi-Chi representation in the game. I think the last time we got a Chi-Chi was during the 7th year anniversary with the Goku and Chi-Chi free-to-play card. But we haven't had a standalone Chi-Chi in forever, so I think her as a banner unit would make a lot of sense, because of course she did fight in the same World Tournament where Goku and Piccolo fought. And then, as I said, we got Beast Gohan. He's definitely still really good. I mean, he gets a little hate because after the guard wears off, you know, his defense can look a little rough, at least start of turn. But in a lot of situations, he's still going to be looking really good. And then I think Namek Goku is going to return. Now, this guy is pretty old at this point, so he's not necessarily crazy by any means, but he's still really useful. If you're newer to the game, or if you don't have him rainbowed, then pulling copies of him won't hurt, right? Because he can be pretty good in some situations. He is a stacking unit. So, of course, if events are going to get longer, or if they're going to make difficult content a little bit more longer, like we've been thinking they're going to do for a while now, then this guy would be really useful in there because, of course, the stacking. And then next, we have the Super Saiyan 2 Goku that transformed into Super Saiyan 3. He's still pretty solid. I mean, his defense isn't really the craziest, but he can do some, like, really insane damage, you know, with the crits and the additionals and all that. And, of course, he's a Goku, so he's under, like, a ton of really good teams. I mean, that actually goes with everyone on this banner. They're all on Goku family. So I do think that this guy's still going to put in a lot of work, especially if you are newer to the game. And then next we have the GT Kid Goku. Now, this guy is alright. I mean, offensively, he can look kind of good, but defensively, he's just kind of fodder now, right? I mean, I want to say he's good because it's a GT Kid Goku. He's got that Super Saiyan 4 active skill as well, but defensively, he's just not enough, right? I mean, if you have him on a full GT Heroes team, he can look solid, maybe if you have type advantage in like a really difficult event, but outside of that, he's just going to be kind of just not enough, right? And then next we have the Int Kid Goku. Now, this guy did get an Easy A, if you don't remember, so he's pretty solid after his Easy A. He's nothing too crazy, but, you know, in the right situations, you'll be able to look pretty good, right? I mean, if you're newer to the game, he'll work really well on some of your teams. And I think he's going to be featured just because, obviously, a Dragon Ball Saga Goku, so it kind of makes sense he'd be featured. And then this AGL Gohan, I actually did just do a showcase on. He's still pretty solid with the stacking. You know, he supports all allies for 3 key and 58% defense. And then with this crazy active skill, he can look really good. And it's Kid Gohan, you know, he's related to Goku, so it kind of makes sense he'd be featured. It's kind of hard to determine what these two units are going to be, because those are just kind of like random units that just kind of fit the theme of the banner. You know, these 4 units right here, you can speculate pretty confidently, because those are the units that stay consistent throughout Golden Week banners. But like these last two, they just kind of have to fit the theme of the overall banner, which even that sometimes they don't do. I mean, last year, look, we got Videl and then Future Gohan. That makes no sense at all for a Goku banner. I mean, I guess you could say like Goku family, but I don't know, still, just kind of random stuff. So I feel like a Kid Goku, because obviously Dragon Ball Saga themed, and then a Kid Gohan, because it's Goku's kid, would make a lot of sense, and they both are really good, so they would definitely be good additions to the banner. Alright, moving on to the Piccolo banner. So obviously we have a new Piccolo, And then I think we could either get a Mercenary Tau or a TN banner unit. TN probably makes a little bit more sense just because as a character he's a bit more important. But either of them would be good. You know, Earthlings buffs definitely are needed. And I mean, a new TN banner unit would just be good because, you know, we got a Dokkan Fest Yamcha. We have an LR Krillin that's about to get an Easy A, the Prime Battle one. So I think a TN banner unit would be pretty good because there's no real, like, top tier TN units in the game currently. So I think that definitely could be good. But again, I'll take a Mercenary Tau. And then, of course, the first unit featured would be Orange Piccolo. Not really much to say about him. He's just insanely good. Not many things that are bad about him, so pulling him is just an absolute W. And then next we have the LR Full Power Frieza. Same thing with the Namek Goku, you know, kind of old at this point, so unfortunately he has aged a bit, but he does stack as well, so in long content he can look really good. And he links well with a lot of top tier units that released during the latest Worldwide Download Celebration, and he works good on the LR Coolers team as well, so not completely useless, but at the beginning of some red zone stages, he probably is going to take a lot of damage, you know, before he gets, like, stack up and stuff like that. And then next, we have the Dokkan Fest Kid Buu. Now, I really like this unit. He's still really good, right? I mean, especially when you build up with him, you know, use his active skill, he can get up to some pretty solid stats. But, of course, now that there's the LR Super Buu on JP and Global, I think we should be getting him within the next month or two. You know, this guy is a really good partner with him. And eventually, later down the line, if we do get an LR Kid Buu, hopefully, then, you know, this guy would work really well with him and just be a good addition to the team. So I think pulling this guy would be pretty good because in terms of Buu units, there's not really many top tier Buu units, but this guy definitely is one of them. So pulling him would be pretty good. And he's just a really fun unit, right? All around. And then next we have the GT Vegeta. Same thing with the Goku. Unfortunately, defensively, he's just not really all there. I mean, on the GT Heroes team, he can look good because he gets the extra attack, but still, defensively, just not really that good. So, not the craziest unit, but for newer players, still could be solid. And then these last two units, similar to the Goku banner, I just kind of guessed on what we would get because those are never really consistent on Golden Week banners. But I think these two units do make a lot of sense. We got the physical Piccolo. Obviously, Piccolo is the headline unit, so it makes sense we get a Piccolo featured. And I think we do got a pretty good shot at seeing this physical Piccolo Easy A, because we really do need some Namekian buffs, so getting an Easy A for him would be very beneficial just for the Namekians category. And there aren't really many other options for Easy A's during this celebration if World Tournament is the theme. So I think him getting an Easy A is definitely very possible. And then next we have Tech Ultimate Gohan. You know, Gohan is obviously the student of Piccolo, so it makes sense there be a Gohan on the banner. And, you know, it's Tech Ultimate Gohan, right? Not really much to talk about. He's still insanely good. He is starting to fall off just a bit, but still really good for newer or people who've been playing for a while, just because the stacking in the guard. So, I mean, yeah, that pretty much is the two banners. Let me know how y'all are feeling about these two banners. Let me know if you would summon on them. And if you don't like them, feel free to let me know down in the comments as well. This is just my opinion of what I think the banner is going to look like at the end of the day, so obviously nothing is guaranteed. But yeah, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.